I moved to Peru from the United States 6 months ago. It's been a wild and incredible experience so far. In this video, I'll give you an inside perspective on what it's actually like living here. I'll show you my apartment, take you to some of my favorite spots, Cafe Perdiz, get some groceries,
¿Es posible medio kilo?
and break down the cost of living. 500 soles per week. Welcome to a day in the life in Pisac, Peru. Welcome everybody to part 2 of living in Peru as an American. I have now lived here for about 6 months. I wanted to make this update because of that first video, I've gotten a lot of comments, people asking me to make a part 2. Now that I've been here for 6 months, I feel like I got a pretty good lay of the land. I guess where I'm gonna start is giving you guys a tour of the new apartment that I'm in. For the first month, I was in an Airbnb, and then this is the place that we moved to, and we've been here ever since. It's really nice, we love it a lot. This is a 2-bedroom, 3-bath. This is our bedroom, the master. It came with the bed. These are yoga mats. We got humidifier because it is dry as fuck here. This is Gregory. Everybody say hi, Gregory. Here's the view from our bedroom. That is not a very bad bedroom view. Pretty sick waking up to that every single morning. I'll take you to the kitchen, but here's our little kitchen. We got a little table here that came with the place. Fridge came with the place. We got everything that we need here. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy. So yeah, when you walk in, this is what it looks like. We got that rug because it was pretty empty in here besides like some of the main furniture. So that came with it. We don't have a dresser in our room, so this is where we keep all of our clothes. There's this little desk, which we don't really use. We just kind of put some stuff on it. It's actually not July anymore. We just haven't changed that. Here is the second bedroom. This one has its own bathroom and yeah, beautiful windows, has a little dresser. And then here is our main bathroom, shower, toilet, got a urinal for some reason, not quite sure why, but there's hot water in the place, which is really dope. Some places don't have hot water. They have those like little like electric shower heads. And then here's the third bathroom, which we just use as a storage area for now because there is literally no reason for that to even exist. And then here is the living room. We put all these rugs here. It came with the couches. It came with that thing. I think it's a credenza maybe. And the TV, my partner Maeve, she's also an artist. She just made this recently. I don't know if she's done with it, but it says coffee and mapacho. I love it. And then here's our view from the living room, which again, just a beautiful, beautiful fucking view. And I got my little altar over here. We got a heater because sometimes it gets cold. We got this little mirror right here. And yeah, that's the apartment. So we pay 1,700 soles a month, which at this point I think is about $480 a month for our own 2-bedroom apartment that has everything that we need in it. I'm gonna take you guys up on the roof, but yeah, it's also cool. This apartment's owned by a local family. So it's nice to be actually supporting like local Peruvians. Here's the roof. It's a little windy today. It's not finished, which is fine. I mean, it's just a beautiful view. So it's nice to just come up here and get some sun. And this will all be full of corn soon. And then also too, we have water tanks up here, which is actually really important. Places that don't have water tanks, sometimes they won't have water. But if you have a tank, you're pretty good. Now I'll take you guys to some of my fave spots and also to do a little shopping. Grab a little shopping bag and we're off. Yeah, little courtyard's nice. And we have a washing machine here, which is also very nice to have. So here's this beautiful little field. Sometimes I film videos here as well. And sometimes there's just random shit set up over there. There was a circus for a little bit when we first came here. If you go back to the first video, there was like a little carnival thing. It's really nice to be able to just walk everywhere, especially because we're in Pisac, like we're in the city, the town. It's definitely a luxury that I enjoy quite a bit. Here's the view again. Some dude on the other video commented, nice, but how do you avoid boredom during a long stay? If you're surrounded by mountains like this, Like, I don't know, how the fuck do you get bored? I don't, like, yeah, there's not, you know, there's not fucking concerts and bars and things like that to go to, but it is freaking beautiful here. If you're surrounded by all of this nature and beauty and spiritual stuff and you get bored, that's on you, brother. There's cows in this field, as you can see. And we'll head up these stairs. I'm gonna walk you guys to my favorite cafe that I work at. Closed today, so I won't go inside, but here it is, Cafe Paradis. See if I can show you inside maybe just a little bit, but you can see it in there. The owners, Jonathan and Chrisley, are just the nicest, kindest people ever. So if you are in Pisac, I highly recommend going to Cafe Paradis, and maybe you'll run into me too. Really good Wi-Fi. That's another question that I've gotten is like, how's the Wi-Fi? Can you work from, you know, remotely? And the answer is yes. I also get service pretty much everywhere I go on my phone. So if you need a hotspot, it's pretty easy to do that. Some people have also asked what it is that I actually do to be able to live here. Besides making these videos, of course, I do social media management for other people. So I take people's long form content, turn it into short form content, and then post it for them on all their social media channels to help them grow. Yeah, I guess that's a little plug. If you need any social media help, let me know. I also do YouTube consulting. So like YouTube SEO, thumbnails, titles, things like that to help people grow their YouTube channels. Here's the gym that I went to in my other video, Vita. It's actually no longer a gym anymore. They're turning it into, I think, a meditation center. But there is another gym, probably like a 15-minute walk away. My partner and I, we've been running probably 2-3 days a week. Our route is 2.8 miles. Running at 9,800 feet is no joke. Here's one of my favorite spots to eat. This little Venezuelan place. It's really dope. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Yeah, now I think I'm gonna walk and show you guys where my partner Maeve has recently gotten a job. So there, I can also get out of the field over here. This is a little spot called Soul Seed. They've got events that goes on. This is a pretty popular place for expats that are here, like a really big community. Got this open mic night. So I've actually been practicing stand-up comedy since I got here. That was not something that I ever did before, and that's been a really fun journey. So you walk in here, Soul Seed School, it's a mystery school. They've got this cool little room. There's ecstatic dances on Friday. Nice little area. You walk in, nice little cafe. There's Maeve. Hi. And yeah, that's pretty much Soul Seed for the most part. Doing stand-up comedy has been an interesting journey. I wouldn't say I'm very good yet, but I'm definitely getting better and I'm having fun, which is the most important part. So now I'm gonna take you guys to the Sunday market. This market happens in the plaza in Pisac every single Sunday, so you can get fruits, veggies, and other groceries. It's usually a little bit cheaper than it is in like the main mercado. Here's the Sunday market. My Spanish is getting a lot better. I got a lot of slack for that too on the first video, but definitely learning. I think maybe I'll get some mandarinas. ¿Mandarinas? 3 soles per kilo. Gracias. 2. Gracias. I'll go through like a cost of living here too, I think at the end of this video. I think I got 6 or 7 mandarins. It was 2 soles, which is the equivalent of about 50 cents. Here's the veggies. Hola, buenas. Espinaca, por favor. Gracias. ¿Es posible medio kilo? Sí. Gracias. Now we're heading down to the main mercado and one of the grocery stores that I go to. All right, so here is the mercado, which I'm actually not gonna go to right now, but I'll get some stuff from the mercado a little bit later after I go to this other store here. Across the street here. All right, so Puka right here, that's a good store for just some, they've got pretty good fruit here. The guy that works there, David, is the sweetest man ever. And then this store is Zagara Fit. They have like a bunch of like imported stuff. So stuff that like you wouldn't be able to get at just a normal grocery store. So I need some pesto. Here we go. Yeah, there's like sesame oil, a bunch of like tomato sauce, and I got sriracha here, which is sweet. Oh, I also need candles. Hot sauce. Easy enough. That was 39 soles. That's around $10. This is also one of my favorite spots. Kenny's. He's got a bunch of just stuff in here so you can like weigh it out. And then also too, you can actually order stuff like online and you can have it delivered here. It's like 5 soles, but it's cool to know that I can do that. So now we're gonna go back to the mercado. Hola, mami. ¿Tomates? Sí. Ah, no necesito bolsa. Sí. Gracias. ¿Cuánto? 2 soles, about 50 cents. That's one of the ladies that I usually go to. I'm gonna get some meat here too. The meat is just out on the counter, which is unsettling for some people, but it is what it is. 2 paltas para mañana, por favor. Gracias. Y plátanos para mañana también.
Sería 6 soles, 5 más o menos.
6 soles. Okay, now it's time to get some chicken breast.
8.
8. It's nice, they cut it for you. Gracias. 8.
Gracias.
And there we go. Now I got a nice bag of raw chicken. That's pretty much my shopping for the day. Oh, I also maybe need to get some candle holders. So I'll see if my candle holder guy is open at the moment. It's another good spot, Cafe Feliz. Closed on Sundays though. Looks like my candle holder guy is open. All right, so I'll do a better breakdown in a little bit, but I'm trying to think of what I just spent on all of my groceries combined.
Hola, Peru, hola, mundo.
Los Estados Unidos. Some nice drunk Peruvians on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. This walk back home just doesn't really get old. Honestly, this view and just being here surrounded by these mountains, it doesn't get old. It's crazy that I get to do this. Back to the math without doing too much calculation. Let's call it 70 soles. That's about $20 is what I just spent on all of these groceries, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Hola, Mario. ¿Qué? Muy lindo hoy. Ciao. That was my landlord, Leonarda. She is adorable. She's super nice. And we're really grateful to have this place and to have them be so welcoming to us. Okay, let me put everything down and then sit down to talk about what it costs to live here. Oh, before I do that, actually, let me show you some of Maeve's art. That's me, she made that. That's her. She made this too. That. And she made this guy over here. She also made these two, which I think are just like so sick. And then I already showed this to you, but I'll show it again. Coffee Mapacho. She's super talented, and if you want to buy any of her art, she doesn't know I'm selling it, but let me know. Okay, so let's break down some expenses for you. And this is based on 2 people living. So basically every number that I say, if you're just one person, just cut that in half. I'm gonna do this in soles, which is the currency here, and then also in USD. But if you're not in America, just look at the soles and then just do the conversion yourself. So we'll start with rent, which I've already mentioned, but we spend 1,700 soles a month on rent, which currently is about 490 USD per month. The next category that I'm going to do is the amount that we spend on food out, like going out to dinner and things like that. We spend about 250 soles a week, so 1,000 soles a month on food out, which is about 286 USD. Events, so things like yoga. I go to the open mic night that I mentioned. Maybe you go to like ecstatic dance or a kirtan or something like that. We spend about 140 soles a week, 560 soles a month, which is about 160 USD per month. Next thing I'll do is ceremonies. So this might not be everybody's thing, but I work with plant medicine, and so I spend probably about 200 soles like every other week, something like that, give or take together, which is so 400 soles a month. That's what I budget out for that, which is about 115 USD per month. Now, groceries. This is kind of like the largest expense outside of rent, but we spend probably about 500 soles per week. So 2,000 soles per month, which equates to about 572 USD per month. Now the next thing is transportation. We don't have a car here or a scooter or anything like that, but it's super easy to get around. They got these things called colectivos. So like to get from here to Cuzco, which is about 45 minutes, it's just 5 soles each way. It's pretty cheap, but if you want to get a taxi to go somewhere else, if you want to go on a hike, stuff like that, you might be taking colectivos. There's also little like motos or tuk-tuks, as some people call them. But they're just called little moto taxis here to get to our friends' places in Rinconada or Tarai or somewhere else close by. But either way, transportation, about 50 soles a week, 200 soles a month, which is about 57 USD per month. The last category, I just put in a miscellaneous category. Like if you need stuff for your house, you're just, you want to give yourself a little bit of extra in any of those other categories. I just put another 100 soles a week there. So 400 soles a month, which is about 115 USD per month. If I add all of those up and then just round up a little bit, the total is right around 6,260 soles per month, which is about 1,800 USD per month that we are spending on 2 people. So if you are one person, cut those numbers in half. That would get you about 3,130 soles per month, or about 900 USD per month. And like I said, we live pretty well here. Like this is a very nice apartment. We do go out, we go to events, we do things, and we still only spend about $900 per person each month, which is super cheap. I do have friends here that like live way more frugally than me, and I know that they get by on somewhere around like 400 to 500 USD per month. That certainly can be done if you're not going to a bunch of events and you're not going out to dinner very often. So I budget, just depending on your lifestyle, anywhere from 500 USD to 1,000 USD per month. And if you're spending 1,000 USD every single month, you're living pretty well here. This is a small little town. This is Pisac, so it's just outside of Cusco. If you live in Cusco, my guess is it's probably gonna be a little bit more expensive. If you live in Lima, it's definitely gonna be more expensive. But if you live in any of the other, small little towns in the Sacred Valley, probably right around there is what I would assume to budget as well. It's been super nice. Like I said, it's been 6 months already, and I'm loving every single second of it and continue to just learn and grow every single day, which is why I wanted to be here and get rid of some of the distractions of, the American lifestyle. One other thing I will also mention is that since we have gotten here, the dollar has decreased in value, and we've noticed that. When we first got here, we were able to go to the exchange places, and $1 was about 3.7 soles, and just in 6 months' time, $1 is now about 3.4 soles. So that's almost 10% of its value has actually decreased since we've been here in just 6 months, which to me is honestly absolutely fucking crazy. So that is something to note, and that's that. So if you have any questions, feel free to definitely leave me a comment and I'll try to answer as much as I can. If you enjoyed this video, definitely subscribe to my channel, drop a like, again, drop a comment if anything resonated with you. And if you want to dive deeper into some community stuff that I'm doing, I'm building a community over on Patreon just to help people live more aligned lives and do the things that they want to do. So definitely be sure to check me out on there. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you next video, and much love.